Hi everyone. Today is April 15th, 2025, day +7 after transplant. Let's see what happened today. Typically, it's start with labs at 4 a.m. Was kind of nice. Today I did not need blood, which I thought I would, but that's no big deal. It just gives you a chance to possibly fall asleep. Um, and then uh, just the growth factor medicines and the anti-rejection medicines. They started me on a second one today, which because I'm in a study for, so it's theoretically I'm getting three different anti-rejection medicines, even though one of them's a placebo. So we'll see. But the nice thing is that uh, well, it won't matter for me, but in the future for people going through this, if this seems to work out good or whatever, approved by the FDA or whatever they call it, it's one of the things that I have to come back for is after I get released from the hospital. I told you about all the appointments I have is uh, is for intravenous growth factor medication treatments. And it's for me, I'm going to have to do it, but for the next person, they might not have to because it's not fun coming to get infused at a hospital or clinic where this one runs for about 2 hours. It's kind of old sitting there in a room listening to an IV pump. Other than that, you know, I want to say I feel about the same as I did yesterday. Uh, the one thing is, I feel like last night I probably got 4 to 5 hours of sleep, which I think is slightly more than the night before, but that was helpful. A few naps during the day. Had PT again. They just brought in a treadmill into my room here and had me do some walking and that. So, uh, and just constant monitoring, taking vitals, getting weighed like 6 times a day. I don't know how many times I get my blood pressure taken. I think sometimes it's by mistake. It's the nurse comes in and looks and goes, "Oh, it's due," and we'll do it. 10 minutes later, the nurse's aide comes in and does it again. So I don't know, but uh, that was it. Oh, the other thing is they talked to me today about, you know, for a lot of people that this is new in this process, is it's called bone pain. I myself, I developed bone pain. Oh, probably it was about a year ago after about 2 months of taking the oral chemos that I was on, and uh, they talked about how they measure it, and uh, in the past, my oncologist, I just explained how I felt, and um, there there was they just said, "Oh, that's bone pain. You deal with it." But apparently, the bone pain is supposed to get a little bit worse. That's what they say. Uh, I don't think they have ever had it, so they don't know. But it's they're they have a system of rating it that they were trying to explain to me. I don't know how it is, but anytime a doctor or a nurse or a medical person asks you what's your pain level, 0 to 10, you just say 7 or 3, and that's what they write down, and then they ask you later, and they go from there. But I guess they have some sort of more precise or accurate way of measuring it, you know, through a series of, I don't know, it's maybe they take and twist your leg bone and tell you when it hurts more or something. I don't know, but or tell you scream. But the interesting, they told me, it's you know because I told them that I was familiar with bone pain and had experienced it, and it's I've never really since I got here told them, and I said I haven't had any increase in it, but what they want to do with me is they are going to, along with the medicine, what they've found that's been really helpful, they've been doing on the, in the hospital, I'm in the adult BMT unit. They have a pediatric BMT unit where it's all kids. And, the kids are supposedly a little more sensitive to bone pain. It's, I guess adults just don't complain about it. There's really no difference in it. But uh, what they started doing a few years ago down there is giving the kids, along with this medicine, Claritin, along with the bone pain medicine, and they've seen such an improvement. So they want to start doing that with adults. So go figure. They're going to put me on some allergy medicine for bone pain here. We'll see. But as of now, my bone pain, I want to say, has not increased or very slightly increased since the time that, you know, well, the 2 weeks that I've been in here. And any increase they say is probably just from the radiation and things like that. So we'll see. So that was interesting talking about that. Other than that, just finished watching the Wild game. That was finally a good game. Well, first off, it was probably the first time I could have the TV on in a week to actually watch anything without my head blowing up. But they won in overtime, and it was a little tense. And one of my nurses was kind of kept coming in here because he knew that I had the game on the TV, checking on me, saying that he'd be glancing at the score and asking me questions. But so it was actually good to do something relaxing tonight. Um, Other than that, I've tomorrow they want me to try to expand my diet from my typical basic bland foods to something a little more substantial. They want to get me on a high protein, high carb diet. So the dietitian tomorrow is going to come in with a menu plan, and we're going to go over it. I said we're going to arm wrestle over it. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, that's about it. I think I'm ready for bed. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.